Hello everyone, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. Welcome to this new initiative where I'll be discussing the most important topics for anthropology for the mains 2023. Okay, so if you've not watched the previous videos in this particular series, I would strongly recommend you to go back, watch the videos where I've talked about the answer writing structure, and I've also discussed about unit 9, which is the most important unit in the anthropology paper 1. So in this video, we'll give you an overview about the unit 10, that is growth and development. Clear? So what we are discussing is a part of physical anthropology. Okay, physical anthropology. As you all know, the anthropology paper 1 syllabus has been split into multiple parts. You have archaeological anthropology in unit 1. You have sociological anthropology, socio-cultural anthropology from unit 2 to unit 5. Unit 6, you have theories. Unit 7 and 8 are the linguistic parts in anthropology. Unit 9, 10, 11, 12 deals with physical anthropology. So in this particular video, we are done with the video where we have talked about, we have done two videos where we have talked about the unit 9. So this video will be covering the unit 10. And remember, there's one more video in the next week where I'll be discussing with you about unit 11 and unit 12. So this would complete our paper 1 of anthropology. So the most important topic in the unit 10, the first topic is the growth and development. See, growth and development itself, UPSC just can give you a question that is growth and development for 10 marks. Simple. Here, you will not be asked anything, no discuss, no critically analyze, nothing that way, only growth and development for 10 marks. Clear? So this will be the first question, that is growth and development. So when we talk about the growth and development, the first thing that you will have to know, is the stages of growth. See, these points should be very well on your fingertips. You should be in a position to give the time period for all these. See, the stages of growth of a human being have been classified into these 5 parts. Okay, so there can be a 20-mark question. There can be a 20-mark question where UPSC can ask you, list down the stages of growth and explain any two. Okay, for a 20 marker or for a 15 marker. So stages of growth will be prenatal, postnatal, adolescence, adult, and senescence. So when we talk about prenatal and the postnatal, what is prenatal? Prenatal deals with before the birth of the child. Simple. Okay, before the birth of the child, all the stages, if any biological change that happens with the embryo will be prenatal. After the birth, we have all these 4 stages, starting from postnatal, adolescence, adult, and the senescence. So these are the 5 important stages of a human growth. Clear? So what is prenatal? What do we have? From the time the egg gets fertilized by the sperm, all the biological evolution that happens, biological changes that happens from the first month, from the 4th week till the 12th week, from 12th week to the 36th week. So this development till the 9 months, is classified under prenatal stage. Simple. From the postnatal, after the birth, till 1 year, what are the changes? 1 year to 3 years, what are the changes? 3 years to 8 years, what are the changes? 8 to 11 or 12 years, what are the changes? So this is a part of postnatal phase, and the most important thing will be the adolescence. Okay, what is this adolescence? Adolescence is the one which kickstarts. That phase of the growth starts with the onset of puberty and goes till the time the secondary sexual characteristics gets matured in the individual, both boys and girls. Okay, so it involves, I'll repeat the adolescence again. Adolescence is a phase which starts from the onset of puberty and goes on till the secondary sexual characteristics are completely matured, or the secondary sexual characteristics starts developing. So that's called as adolescence. So after the adolescence, we have the adult phase, and after the adult phase, we have senescence. See, senescence you can easily say that's a senior citizen phase. Okay, like after the age of 50 or 55, that phase kicks in, senescence. So let's talk about adolescence. and senescence in detail. See, this can be the question that you can expect. List down the stages of growth and also explain any two. First one, adolescence, action of the hypothalamus. That part of the brain, hypothalamus, activates an important gland called as pituitary gland. Pituitary gland, and pituitary gland is very much instrumental in the activation of gonads, and we have the secretion of the hormones, like, which is called as FSH and LH, follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. Okay, so such biological changes happened because of the action of hypothalamus. And we also have the secretion of estrogen and testosterone happening. Estrogen, which is very much instrumental for the development of the secondary sexual characteristics in women, and testosterone, which is very crucial for the development of the secondary sexual characteristics in males. Okay, so this is FSH, LH, and also estrogen, testosterone. So all these come under a point action of hypothalamus. Yeah. What happens later? Biological changes among boys and girls. What are the things that gets changed with respect to the boys and girls? Like, for example, with boys, we can say that the voice becomes bass voice. Okay, it becomes lower. Correct? You will not have a very soft pitch, that won't be there. You will have the growth spurt, that's till the age of 11. You can see the boys are like very short. Okay, so from 12 to 17 they have a huge growth spurt. Okay, so such biological changes happen with respect to the boys after the onset of puberty. The case study on the Jabalpur boys. Okay, Kant came out with a case study on the Jabalpur boys, and he came out with a study and said, though the time period, the age where the puberty kicks in for the boys is greater than girls. Like, for example, we'll be talking about a curve where it's 12 years, around 12 years for girl child, and it's like 14 years for a boy child, where the puberty kicks in. So though this is late, boys usually pick up the growth at the age of 17 or 16, and the pace of growth will be more going forward compared to a girl who has attained puberty even more before. Here, so such case studies by Kant on the Jabalpur boys is a must mention in your answer. Coming to the Tripaঠি's case study. Tripathi did a survey about the age at which the women attain menarche. Okay, age at which young girls attain menarche, and he came out with a study and quoted two important places in India, and he said, on an average, he took two places, one is Delhi and the other one is Gujarat, and he came out with the data and said the girls in Delhi, on an average, the age of attainment of menarche is around 11.8 years, whereas in Gujarat it is 14.2 years. So you have these differences because of a lot of reasons, which we'll be discussing in the 11th chapter, which talks about menarche and menopause. Clear? So this difference is there because of nutritional factors, because of the environment, because of the exposure, because of the inheritance. So everything included. So such case studies, one is about the Jabalpur boys, second is about the Tripathi's case study on the age of attainment of the menarche, must mention in your answer. Last, graph of the adolescent growth spurt. See, the adolescent growth spurt graph looks something like this. Okay, so this is for the girls and this dotted line is for the boys. So you can see this is 12 years, this is 14 years. Though the time taken by the boys to attain or to reach that puberty age is actually more, it's 14 years, but after this the growth is more, the pace of the growth is actually more. That's what it means by adolescent growth spurt. Okay, so next phase, and a very important phase in everybody's life, is senescence. So what is senescence? Senescence is just aging, okay, age old, 50 years plus, 55 years plus, or 60 years plus, we call it as senescence. So first we'll have to talk about the theories of aging. Theories of aging gives a lot of information or a reason why do we actually age. Okay, why do we have the age old? Why do we age? What happens? First one is the theory of the Hayflick limit. Second, free radical theory. Third, DNA error, and the modern theory of wear and tear. Modern theory of wear and tear. So what does this DNA error talks about? DNA error says, we know that for every individual, we have 23 pairs of chromosomes and we inherit a lot of characteristics from our parents. In this process of inheritance of characteristics, there would be some error when the DNA is getting copied. When the chromosomes are getting multiplied, you have some errors, and these errors are not rectified because of lot many other reasons. When such errors go unrectified, and you have allosomes and you have autosomes, and the cell keeps on dividing every day, and because of this autosomes which play a crucial role in the cell division, so if there is any error that way which gets unnoticed, which cannot be repaired, which is not repaired, so such is called as DNA error. Second, it talks about modern theory of wear and tear. Just like the machines, when it gets keep on using, and you will have at one particular time the machine has to have some servicing happening, or you will have some spare part that you will have to change, and this is something that we call as depreciation, correct? Or this is the depreciation. So you purchase, for example, let's take a car. You purchase a car of 10 lakh rupees, correct? After 1 year, you go out to the market, and if you want to sell this particular car, you will get 8 lakh or even 7 lakh depending upon your maintenance. Why do we have this drop in just 1 year? Because of the wear and tear. And this is the same because of such wear and tear over a period of time. Just imagine 40, 45, 50 years the system has been used. Okay, you're having food, it's getting digested, you're seeing, you're working, clear? So all such activities that you're doing, and there's a lot of wear and tear with respect to the tissues, and if this wear and tear is not taken care of, then you age. So these are some of the theories of aging that you will have to know. You should be in a position to explain these theories for a 10 marker. See, you will not get one theory for 10 mark question. Okay, that's not how the UPSC app operates. You won't get just the theory of Hayflick limit for 10 marker. No, you will just have theories of aging, and you will have to explain all these for 10 marker or 150 word answer. Okay, next. Structural and functional changes in the body that happens when the senescence kicks in. Okay, whenever you start aging, what are the different structural and the functional changes that happens in the body? Starting with the weight and height. See, if you just imagine the height and the weight that you have with your grandfather or grandmother, you can see that their weight becomes considerably low. Generally, over a period of time, like after 60s or 65s, their weight would decrease, and their height would also decrease because of the shrinkage. You would see some of the age-old people like 70, 75, you can see that their back is not straight, rather it's bent. Why do they have the bent back? Because of the shrinkage. Clear? So height and weight changes. What about the vision? Okay, see, as of now it's a different story that we have short sight and the long sight, and young kids at the age of 10, 11, 12 are wearing spectacles. That's a different story. But when we talk about the vision impairment with respect to the elderly, it's more common. It's more common because of the wear and tear that the vision impairment happens with respect to the elderly people. And if you talk about sensory organs, including the eyes, skin, taste buds, they're very much sensitive to cold and heat, because the heat resistant capacity or the cold resistant capacity drastically reduces for the age old people. And their sense organs, including the nose, eyes, ears, some people can't hear, okay, they'll have to shout, or they use a hearing aid. So all such impairments, functional impairments, starts with the senescence. Muscle tissue, they can't have the strong muscle tissues, the muscle won't grow much. Clear? Cardiovascular diseases, the heart attack, cardiac arrest, cardiovascular problems, digestive and the nervous system issues. Digestive system is a sense, if you have a pizza or a burger, it's easy for you to digest. But if a same thing is had by a 70-year-old senior citizen, maybe it's not as easy as you for him to digest it, because his digestive enzymes are not as active as yours. Same thing with the nervous system. Your memory, compare your memory with your grandfather's memory. Clear? They tend to forget things a lot. Clear? So this is about the impairment in the nervous system. Immune response. See, for the immune response, one important example that you can write in the exam is about the COVID. When the COVID-19 actually started, if you remember, if we just map the people who died because of the COVID-19, you would know that majority, I would say 60% to 70% of the people who died were above the age of 60 plus, because their immune response was very slow and very bad. Okay, so these are some of the structural and the functional changes that happen in the body because of senescence. And a very important one, factors affecting growth and development. We've talked about growth, we've talked about development, we've also talked about the stages of growth, and we've also talked about explanation of the stages of growth. One is the adolescence, second one was the senescence. And what are the factors that affect growth and development? The first factor that has an impact on everything is the genetic, that is inheritance, because 50% of our characteristics are inherited from father and the other 50% are inherited from the mother. So this inheritance is a very important, crucial factor that influences the growth. For example, you can imagine in your friends group or your cousins or any of your relatives, if father and mother both are short, if they're somewhere around 4'7", 4'8", 4'9", there is no chance that their child will be 6 feet height. Or is the other way around is also true. If you have any friends who are like 6 feet, 6.5 feet tall, their father or mother or both would be tall. So that is inheritance. Second, environment. Okay, see, environment will play a crucial role because nature and nurture we have seen in the unit 9. So both genetic and the environment will play a very crucial role. Under environment, we can also include nutritional and cultural. Okay, I'm coming to the biochemical. Coming to the biochemical, biochemical talks about the secretion of enzymes. For example, there's a growth hormone. There is a growth hormone. For you to grow tall, there's a requirement of a hormone in the body. Fortunately or unfortunately, that hormone is not secreted. So that's the reason why you will not be able to grow. And for example, any kind of development, for example, the speech development of a speech, it requires the action of some hormone. And if that hormone is not secreted, then the speech development will not be proper. Nutritional, very obvious. You consume a lot of vitamins, proteins, and good proteins. So at the end of the day, your health is good, your growth and development is good. At the same time, you don't do all this, you have malnourishment. Clear? You will not be able to grow tall. Your intellectual development will also not be proper. Second, next, cultural will play a very crucial role. Clear? Socio-economic condition. For example, if there is any family, if you can assume, where the father and mother are going through a very rough patch, okay, and they have an emotional, and it will have an emotional toll for sure among the kids. So this will impact the psychological development of the child. Okay, at the same time, you have mother or father who are very much addicted to the toxins and narcotics, like for example alcohol. Okay, so because of that reason, it will have a very bad impact on the development of the child. So these are some of the factors affecting growth and development. The last topic for the day is about biological and chronological longevity. See, here you will just have to understand what is biological longevity, what is chronological longevity. So if you understand that, this is an easy read. As the name itself suggests, biological longevity is what is the age, what is the actual age of the body. Clear? Chronological longevity is what is your actual age. When were you born? What is your actual age? For example, let's take a 40-year-old individual, a man, 40-year-old man. Clear? Or you can assume Akshay Kumar or Sunil Shetty for that matter. Though the age is 50 plus, okay, though the age is 50 plus, but their biological age, because they have taken care of their exercise, because they have taken care of their diet, because they are not addicted to any toxins, their biological age is somewhere around 40s. That's the reason why even Akshay Kumar, even after crossing 50s, is able to do films, 3 or 4 films every day, sorry, every year. Clear? So this is called as biological age, and this is called as chronological age. See, it can be the other way around also. For example, a person who is in his 25, clear, his chronological age is 25, but from a very young age, let's take at the age of 15 or 16, he got addicted to alcohol, he got addicted to tobacco, smoking, okay, and now he's not at all concentrating on his diet, he's completely into fast food, and he's not exercising, he's not burning enough calories. So because of this, even though his age is 25, but his biological age might be 40 because of all these reasons. Okay, so this is the concept of biological and the chronological longevity. So finally you will have to come to a conclusion that if you want to stay alive for a long time, that is longevity, what is something that you should do? And there are case studies from Japan, there are case studies from Kenya, there are case studies from Canada where people have crossed the age of 80s or 100s and they're healthy. What are their lifestyle? What is their cultural belief? What is their cultural setup that is making them to be alive even after a long time? This is something that you will have to write in your answer for this particular question where we talk about biological and chronological longevity. Okay, so with this, we have come to the end of the video. If you have liked the video, please hit the like button and also consider subscribing to the Legacy IAS Academy. Also hit the bell icon for more such enriching content from Legacy IAS. Have a nice day. Thank you.